pick up that pen and write, because you don't know who out there would be comforted by your words. Hi everyone, I'm Vandana Bhasin. My current identity is a writer and an artist. Basically, I was a banker. I'm a banker turned writer and artist, and a mother of two beautiful sons. I'm a postgraduate in commerce, MCom from Delhi University. Then I did my cost and work accountancy, that's ICAA, popularly known as. And then I started working. And I started my job with Mahindra and Mahindra. That was my first job. I worked there for a year, and then I quickly moved to banking. I started with ICICI Bank, and then I got married. Then I shifted my jobs, moved to banking, from banking to banking financial analyst. Life suddenly, takes a turn when you become a mother, and I think the same happened in my case. Um, I got lost into that identity of being a mother, but then slowly it was like, what am I doing at home? All the day. That thing started hitting very badly, and then society also doesn't let you live in peace. So if you actually go back to your job, then they are going to question you, अरे बच्चे को घर पे छोड़ के आ गए, किसके पास छोड़ दिया, दादी दादू के पास, नानी के पास, टेक केयर में. Or if you have quit your job, oh my god, you were at such a good position, you left your job, so you're doing nothing these days. It was like so cruel, and kind of statements I would hear, and that really used to hit very bad. At that time, UIDAI, the Aadhaar cards that we carry, that UIDAI was in the process of setting up and functioning, and so I applied there as a volunteer in the financial domain, and luckily I got through. So I joined there. I worked there for a year. They really liked my work, and then they offered me a job. And the day I got the job offered, I got to know that I have conceived again. And that's how, life tests you all the time, I feel. So my second son was born in 2011. So I think after another, as soon as 1 year, 2 years passed, again that feeling of worthlessness, क्या कर रही हूँ मैं, what am I doing? बस यही करते रहो, एक को देखो, दूसरे को देखो, एक को तैयार करो, एक को स्कूल भेजो, घर देखो. Was I meant for this? Again, that thing started, and I went into severe kind of a depression, I wouldn't say clinical depression, but I knew that I wasn't happy inside. I was upset, I would cry. And then I started looking for courses for content writing, because that's what I had done, writing official documents all my life. While, searching for a course for content writing, I chanced upon a course of creative writing. And that was from British Council. It was a wonderful course. It changed my life. That's how my writing journey started. I did not know I could write creatively. And another astonishing thing was poetry. I had never written a poem in my life. I did not know I could write a poem. And here I was sitting in a creative writing class, and just before the teacher we had a wonderful teacher, luckily. So he gave us a few prompts. So he gave us few pictures. So one of the picture was, there was a dancing girl who was doing a ballet like this, standing like this and doing a ballet. That stuck in my head. I just couldn't take it off my mind. There and then, just looking at that girl, I penned down 8 lines. And it was, and I still consider that as my best poem, though writing बहुत improve होती है as you keep writing. And I had written Wings of Freedom is all I want. Now, once the course was finished, the good thing of the course was that they made us, it was compulsory to start a blog. The first thing that comes to a person's mind when we start writing is that who would read it? So what blogging did for me was, it basically exposed me to a new world. So on WordPress, I explored a lot of courses, and that's how I got to know that there are different forms of poetry. I had just touched upon, I just wrote what I wanted to write, but there is so much more to it. Then I entered some Facebook literary groups also. That was another turning point, because when I did that, I started participating in contests and I started winning. And I was like, acha, I can win also. I mean, is my poem so good? Is it? Because till now I was just writing, There's a site called Momspresso. where there are mostly women bloggers. I'm sure many of you would have heard about it. I had written just 1 or 2 articles for Momspresso, and suddenly they gave a prompt of journey. Explain your journey. The prompt was your journey, and that prompt kept ringing in my head. It was like my journey from being a mother to a writer is what I wrote. And you wouldn't believe, for that particular article, I got 5 lakh views. That was like, oh my god. And there were 13 to 15,000 likes, and there were so many comments. I was actually reading those comments made me cry. All the comments were from all the women who were like, you have expressed our journey. It's like you have expressed our journey. That day I realized that you have the power to represent so many women, represent so many other people who are not able to express on their own. And that is exactly what I want to, another message that I want to tell to all the budding writers, all the people who aspire to write. Please pick up that pen and write, because you don't know who out there would be comforted by your words. Then I started winning awards. Till now I was limited to Facebook awards, and I started participating in other awards. Then I got Prasanna Jena Award. I got Rabindranath Tagore Award from Vrindavan. There is a foundation called Arpita Foundation. Then there I got Sarvapalli Radhakrishna Award, Atal Bihari Vajpayee Award. These were all organized by, so these are one foundation. For writing, you need a peaceful environment. For art, if somebody is barging in or asking few questions, it's something you don't mind. You are kind of balancing your family as well as your passion, I would say. One thing is, you should never stop learning. Always be open to learning. अगर मैंने उस समय ये सोच लिया होता that now I can't learn, then I wouldn't have been here. I have been constantly learning. Learned poetry, learned various art. I even learned Urdu. I learned Urdu last year, 2 years back. Writing, reading. There is no end to learning. And I published my book in 2019. I never thought I would be a published author. This has been published with co-author Smita Vishwanath, a dear friend. So I would say, just believe in yourself. That's all.